We already completed motion under gravity when a body is being thrown from the ground to certain height. Okay, so let us try to go for the today's session, motion under gravity. Keep the heading better. Ball when it is dropped from a certain height. Ball dropped from a tower. Like a free fall bit. Okay. So ball is dropped from the tower. Like say this is your tower. From here the body is dropped. I told you whenever we were talking about dropped or free fall, initial velocity will become for me 0. Initial velocity will become 0 and this is the height of the tower. That is nothing but f equal to h. This is your height of tower. Okay. And by the time it reaches the ground, it hits with a certain velocity. Now time taken to reach the ground. How do you calculate it, beta? First one. Time taken to reach ground. Time taken to reach ground. Can use the equation S is equals to U into T plus half into A into T square. S is nothing but equal to how much beta? H. Positive H because you have the point of your incidence. I'm taking it as positive and down I'll be taking it as of a negative. Or else if I'm taking downward as negative, I'll take the sign convention here. I'll write here is here. If in the downward direction, we take it as negative. In the upward direction, I'll take this one as positive. Now the body is being dropped here right now, beta. Body is dropped in the downward direction. That means H I'll take it as negative. Initial velocity is 0 plus half into acceleration due to gravity in the downward direction. Okay. Free fall right now in the downward direction. A value will be taken how much for me, beta? Negative. So this will be equal to minus G into your T square. This minus and this minus will get cancelled. So H is equals to your half into G into your T square. That means 2H will be equal to G into T square. So time taken will be equal to how much for me? T is equals to under root of 2H divided by G. T is equals to your under root of your 2H divided by G. Is it clear for everyone? Is it clear? So time taken to reach the ground. It is equals to under root of your 2H by G. Now, can anyone tell me what is the velocity to reach the ground? Velocity in reaching the ground.
Root 2GH.
Under root of
2GH.
Chalo, which sign convention you tell me, beta? If I'm writing with respect to your sign convention part evaluation, What is the equation I can use, beta? Velocity of hitting ground. V is equals to U plus AT. Initial velocity is 0. So V is equals to acceleration is minus G. Time taken is under root of 2h by G. So this will become for me V is equals to minus of under root of 2G into your H. This is the answer. What does minus indicates, beta? Minus gives me the direction. Minus gives me the direction. Clear? Is it clear, beta? Sure. Next one. Ball thrown up from a tower. Ball thrown up from a tower. Like say this is your tower. This is your ground. And from here you're throwing the stone in the upward direction. Height of the tower is equals to h, like this. Okay, so the body will go up to a certain height, make a U-turn and reach to the same position. Then from some here again it will be fall down to the ground right now here. And finally it is hitting the ground some here. So this is your final position. And when it is coming back to the same position beta here right now, and it has been projected with velocity u, and this is the maximum height to which it has been gone from the point of projection, isn't it? See, if it has been gone by plus x in the upward direction, this displacement will be equal to minus x. So plus x minus x, the net displacement will be equal to how much beta? 0. This is your initial position and this is your final position. The body is coming down the reference, so it is minus u. And acceleration due to gravity is in the downward direction and you are projecting the body in the upward direction. Clear? And if I'm talking about time of flight, represented by capital T, I can use the relation S is equals to ut plus half of your a into t square. Displacement is minus h, that is equals to u into t. Acceleration due to gravity is negative, minus of half into gt square. Clear? So this will become for me how much better? Minus h is equals to, this will become for me 2 into ut minus of g into t square divided by 2. Can I write like this? Any problem? This 2 I am taking here right now. Minus of 2h will be equal to 2ut minus g into your t square. That means this will become for me gt square minus 2 into ut minus of 2 into h will be equal to 0. Isn't it? So I hope everyone remember the quadratic equation better. So quadratic equation roots are being calculated with the formula x is equals to your minus b plus or minus under root of your b square minus 4ac divided by 2 into your a. Did you remember it? Okay. Now see, if I am comparing this standard equation with a into your x square plus b into x plus c is equals to 0. Compare with this one. So see what is the value of a you are coming. A value is equals to g. B value will be equal to your how much for me? Can anyone tell me? 2 into your u. Okay. And C value will be equal to how much for me better? 2h. Clear? So if I substitute that value there, see how much I'm getting right now there. This will become for me in the place of x. What is I'm having? T. That means t will be equal to, this is minus b value is equal to how much for me better? Minus of 2 into u. Okay. Then this one is plus or minus under root of your This is minus of your 2 into u whole square minus 4 into g into minus of 2 into your h. A value is equals to how much for me? G. This one is C. 4AC divided by 2 into your A. A value is again how much? G. So if I simplify this one, this will be T is equals to minus minus plus. So this is 2u. So time will be only always positive, plus or minus under root of. This will become for me 4u square plus 8g into your h divided by 2g. Is that clear for everyone? Okay. So if I still further simplify this one, T is equals to T. If I'm taking 2 common, this will be u plus or minus under root of your u square plus 2g into your h divided by 2g. Can I write like this? It will become again same, na? This 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So time taken to reach the ground will be T is equals to u plus under root of your u square plus 2g into your h divided by g. So this is your time taken. See the calculation, everyone. Is it clear for everyone, the calculation? Any doubt to anyone in this one? See the calculation, but I have done very detailedly this calculation. Dheeraj?
No doubt, sir.
Chalo, very good. So time taken, if I'm throwing the ball from the top of a tower upward, time taken to reach the ground can be calculated by the formula T is equals to u plus under root of u square plus 2gh by g. Why I removed the negative sign beta? Because time will never be negative. That is the reason I have taken that one as of your positive. Clear for everyone? Then can anyone tell me what is the distance I will be traveling in this one? Distance will be
Half the-
equal to u square by your 2g plus height of the tower. Height of your tower. అంతే కదా? Maximum height from here to here. This is h max plus height of the tower. So this is the total distance whatever it is traveling. H max plus of your h, isn't it? So h max plus of your h. That means distance it traveled will be equal to your u square by 2g plus height of your tower. Now tell me what is the final velocity with which it will be hitting? Final velocity v is equals to u plus at. So v is equals to u. This one is a plus. Acceleration is minus g into time taken will be equal to u plus under root of your u square plus 2gh divided by g. Just now we calculated the time. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Very good. Next slide ready. Ball thrown down from a tower. Okay. I'm talking about a ball thrown down from a tower. Like say this is your tower. Okay. Now from here this body is been thrown. Thrown means what, beta? It has some initial velocity. These are the coordinates 0, 0. And the height of the tower is equals to your h, something like this here. Okay. And by the time it reaches the ground, so it hits the ground with a certain velocity v. Isn't it? So sign convention beta, in the downward direction, we are taking negative. And in the upward direction, if I am projecting, we'll be taking it as positive. So I'm using the relation S is equals to your ut plus half of your a into t square. So h will be equal to your how much beta? Positive or negative? You're coming down. So this will be minus h. This is equals to your u into t plus this is your half into acceleration due to gravity is minus g into your t square. U value will become negative. Isn't it? So this is minus h is equals to minus of ut minus of half into g into your t square. isn't it? So everything is minus, this minus will get cancelled. So this will become for me h is equals to 2 into ut plus of your g into t square divided by 2. Simple. That means 2h will be equal to your 2 into your ut plus of your g into t square. So if I'm writing in form of quadratic equation, gt square plus 2 into your ut minus of 2h will be equal to 0. So this is in the again quadratic equation form. So I can write this one is in the form of what? Ax square plus of your bx plus c is equals to 0. So value of a is g, value of your b is 2ut and value of c will be equal to 2h. Clear? Sure. If I simplify this one, so time will be equal to how much beta? T is equals to time taken. Time taken t is equals to minus of 2u. This will become for me plus or minus under root of 4 into u square plus 8g into h divided by 2g. So this will become for me t is equals to, let's simplify this one, minus of your 2u minus of your so t will be equal to how much? Better simplify this one, minus of your 2u plus or minus. In this one, I can bring the 2 out. So this will become for me under root of your u square plus this will become for me 2g into your h divided by 2g. Isn't it? So this 2, this 2 and this 2 will get cancelled. So time taken will be equal to minus u plus under root of your u square plus 2gh divided by g. So this is the time taken. Clear? Is it clear? Karunya? Yes, beta. Karunya? Unmute yourself. If you want to talk, you can talk to me. Sir, clear. Okay, chalo. Then once I know the time, can I calculate the what do you call that one? Velocity. This is the first part. V is equals to u plus of a t. Be careful with sign convention. As I'm coming down, u will be minus g. So this will be plus acceleration due to gravity is minus into time. Time will be equal to minus u plus under root of your u square plus 2g into your h divided by your g. Done. V is your final velocity with which it is hitting the ground. Clear, beta? See this question better. Say for example, there is a balloon in some person. There is a balloon. This balloon is attached to this one, and a person is standing in this one. Okay, and this person is throwing this ball. This balloon is say from the ground. It is at a height of some 1000 meters. Okay, and this balloon is moving up with a velocity of 10 meter per second. Okay, and he releases a stone. So this stone also goes in the upward direction. So it goes in upward direction, make a U-turn and reaches the ground. My question is time taken to reach the ground. Time taken to reach the ground. You know that from moving body, if anything is being thrown, that body possesses the same velocity beta. If the balloon is moving with 10 meter per second, when the body is released, this is your ball is released. When ball is released, it possesses the same velocity. How much it will be beta? 10 meter per second. This also has your 10 meter per second. Okay? If a body is released from a moving body, that body will possess the same velocity of your 10 meter per second for small interval of your time. Clear? Now, as the body is moving in the upward direction, beta, this is your reference. And you are moving in the upward direction. So I can use the formula minus h is equals to can anyone try this one, beta? Minus h is equals to your u into t square. Acceleration due to gravity negative half into g into t square. So height will be equal to minus of 1000. That is equals to initial velocity is 10 into time t minus half. G value I'm taking 10 into your t square. Isn't it? So now if I'm simplifying this one, see how much I'll be getting better. 2 ones are, this one is 2 fives are. Isn't it? So this one is minus of 1000 is equals to 10t minus 5 into t square. So if I write this one, this is 5t square minus 10t minus of your 1000 is equals to 0. So if I still simplify this one, this will become for me t square minus 2t minus 200 is equals to 0 because it is going in fifth table. 5 ones are, 5 twos are, 5 twos are 10. This is 200. That is the reason t square minus 2t is equals to minus 200 is equals to 0. Okay. Now, if I'm comparing with the quadratic equation, I'm writing now directly t is equals to 2 plus r minus, isn't it? Under root of your, this will become for me 4 plus 800 divided by 2 into g value is nothing but 10. So that will come out for me 2. Time will always be positive under root of 804 divided by your 20. This will be the answer. If you want to do, you can do still more calculation. That's not a problem. Clear, beta? Let me do the small graph intersection better. Concept of graphs. Let's see. This is your x-axis. This is your y-axis. Okay. If I'm drawing a straight line passing through origin like this, or if I'm drawing a line like this, or if a line is going like this. Okay. So it is making angle theta with x-axis beta. Here it is theta. And here also it is making angle theta. And here also it is making angle theta. Okay. Now see, if you see it carefully, this is your origin. If it is passing from origin, equation will become for me y is equals to your m into x. It is intercepting at your minus c. This one is minus c. So the equation for this one will be y is equals to your mx minus c. Now this one is of your positive c. From here to here, this is your plus c. So for this one, the equation will become for me y is equals to your mx plus of your c. C is nothing but what, beta? C is nothing but of your intercept. And m is known as of your slope. That is represented by m. Slope is nothing but equal to your tan theta. Clear? So for all these cases, theta is lesser than 90 degrees. So slope will always be your positive. Clear? Any doubt in this one? Sure. The same way. This is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. Now if I'm breaking the graph like this, one graph is passing through an origin like this, another graph is going like this, and another graph is going like this. Okay, here this angle is right now theta. Here also, here it is making an angle of your theta. This angle is also making an angle theta. So here theta is greater than 90 degrees. So obviously slope will always be negative. Okay, theta lesser than 90 degrees is known as acute. Greater than 90 degrees, obtuse. Clear? And this is having the positive intercept, that is plus c. This is having the negative intercept, minus c. So this will be the equation y is equals to your mx minus c. Slope is also negative. And y is equals to your slope is minus of your x. And for this one, y is equals to minus of your x. And this will be your plus c. Clear, beta? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Sure, very good. So first type of graph which we come across in kinematics is displacement versus time graph. Displacement versus time graph. That is nothing but xt graph, or also called as position time graph. What is the formula for this one? V is equals to your dx divided by dt. So I can say that slope of xt gives what? Instantaneous velocity. Okay. The graph is something like this. This is your t and this is your x. And if the graph is straight line like this, this is your x naught. It means velocity will be equal to 0. That means the body is at your rest. Okay. And if the graph is something like this is your x-axis, and this is your y-axis. On y-axis we are x. On x-axis we are taking time. And the graph is going from straight line like this. Anywhere if you take, this is your theta. Theta is lesser than of your 90 degrees. Anywhere you take this point, this point, this point, anywhere. This is your theta. This is also your theta. Theta is lesser than 90 degrees. Isn't it? So velocity at each and every point will be the same because theta is same. Theta is equals to same. So V1 will be equal to V2. If this is a point 1, this is your point 2. This is your point 1 and this is your point 2. Okay, so V1 will be equal to V2. That means velocity is right now for me constant. So acceleration will become how much better? 0. Isn't it? Velocity is constant and it is also positive because slope is lesser than 90 degrees. Clear? Third graph. Now tell me this one better. This one, x versus t graph. Now draw the slope for this one, beta. Can anyone draw the slope for me? If I take one point here, if I'm taking one point here, isn't it? Draw a tangent to this one. So this will be your tangent like this. This will be your tangent like this, isn't it? So if I'm making an angle, this is your theta. This is also your theta. So this is theta 2 and this is theta 1. So obviously, who is greater, beta? Theta 2 is greater than theta 1. So obviously, m2 is greater than m1. That means tan theta 2 will be greater than of your tan theta 1. So velocity is here not constant. So acceleration is also not constant. That means velocity is positive and increasing. Clear? Is it clear, beta? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So v is equals to your dx by your dt will always gives me the flows. This is a smiling face. So velocity is always increasing. Now tell me what happened to this one, beta. What do you mean by this graph? Can anyone tell me? This is your time and this is your x and it is starting from somewhere here. This is your x naught. That means the particle is starting from x naught, not from origin. That means it is moving with your constant velocity. Velocity is constant, but not starting from origin. Clear? Now tell me this one. This is your time, and this one is your x. If I'm having the graph like this, and whenever you take some points right now on this one, if I take some point here right now, this one point. If I draw a slope for this one, beta, this will be your theta 1. And this one will be equal to your theta 2. Theta 1 is greater than 90 degrees and theta 2 is also greater than 90 degrees, isn't it? Theta 1 is greater than 90 degrees. Theta 2 is also greater than 90 degrees. But theta 1 is equals to theta 2. That means V1 will be equal to V2. And velocity is greater than 90 degrees. So obviously, it is velocity and constant. So acceleration will become how much for me? 0. Velocity will be a negative and it is constant. Clear? Is it clear, beta?
Yes, sir.
Now tell me the answer for this graph. This is your time and this is your x. If I'm taking a graph like this, okay, and I'm starting my journey from somewhere here. I'm somewhere here right now, then somewhere here right now, then at highest position, then somewhere here and somewhere here. This is point A, this is point B, and this is point C. Now tell me at point A, this is point 1, this is point 2, 3, 4, and 5. Tell me what happens to these slopes, beta. If I'm drawing a slope right now for this one like this is your angle theta 1. Here if I'm drawing the slope here, this will be angle theta 2. And here it is something like this. So what is here theta 1, beta? Who is greater? Theta 1 is greater, theta 2 is greater. Theta 1 is greater than theta 2. That means V1 will be greater than V2. And as the theta is decreasing, what happened? Velocity will be positive and acceleration will be your negative. Isn't it? So at 1 the velocity is more, at E2 it is less. V3 is decreased. That means what is happening? Velocity is decreasing. Okay. This is from A to B. From A to B, velocity is decreasing, and at B, velocity at B will become 0. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Chalo. Now at point P, this is your slope and this is your tangent. If you're making an angle here, this is your, say for example, theta 3. And again you're getting this line, this will be the slope. So what will be the angle beta? This one is, say for example, theta 4. What is happening to right now here? Theta 3 is greater than theta 4. And theta is what? Greater than 90 degrees. That means obviously V3 is, theta 3 is greater than theta 4. Okay. Which is more beta? Theta 3 or theta 4?
Theta 3, sir.
Theta 3 is greater. That means what is happening to the velocity? Greater than 90 degrees means velocity will be positive or negative beta?
Negative, sir.
Velocity will be negative and acceleration is also negative. Clear? And velocity at 4 will be greater than velocity at your 3. Clear? As it is coming from the highest position B to C, velocity is increasing, but it will be your negative. So acceleration is also negative. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Sure. Next heading, VT graph. Velocity versus time graph. That is VT. Done. So slope of velocity will give me what beta? Acceleration. A is equals to dv by dt. That is will be giving me what type of velocity? Instantaneous acceleration. Okay. A is equals to dv by dt will give me what? Instantaneous acceleration. Instantaneous acceleration. Again, same condition. If I'm drawing the graph like this is your velocity versus your time, straight line. So velocity will be your constant and acceleration will be 0, constant, and it will be your positive. Clear? If I'm drawing the graph like this, velocity versus time. If it is a straight line passing from origin, I'm having 2 points here right now. So here it is, say for example, theta 1, and here it is, say for example, theta 2. So velocity is right now for me what beta? What is velocity is happening? velocity will be positive and increasing. Clear? And acceleration will become for me constant, and it is also positive. Why? Theta 1 will be equal to your theta 2. Okay. Now, if I'm having a graph like this, velocity versus your time graph. And if the graph is going like this, now tell me what happened. I'm standing somewhere here. If I'm standing somewhere here, standing somewhere here. So I'm going from point 1 to your point 2, say for example. Okay. So here if I'm taking an angle, so here if I'm drawing a tangent, and here if I'm drawing a tangent, what is happening to theta beta? This is a theta 1 and this one is a theta 2. Obviously theta 2 is greater than theta 1. So acceleration at your 2 will be greater than acceleration at your 1. So obviously acceleration is what for me? Positive, and it is also increasing. Slope is increasing kabatti. Velocity is also right now for me positive and it is increasing. Clear? Sure. Next one. Acceleration versus time graph. Can anyone tell me what does this will give me, beta? I think
Yes, sir.
will give me what? Jerk. Acceleration versus your time, dA by dt. dA by dt gives me what? Jerk. Okay. Like say, if I'm taking the graph like this here, acceleration versus your time. This is a graph like this. That means what? Acceleration is constant and it is also your positive. Now, if I'm taking the graph like this, acceleration versus time, it is a straight line passing like this. It will be your non-uniform and acceleration is increasing at a constant rate and it is your positive. Then, third one. If I'm taking the graph like this, acceleration versus time, this is the slope like this. So again, A is right now for me what? Positive and increasing. So acceleration is increasing, but it is non-uniform. Clear? And if I get a graph like this, better tell me what will be happening. This is time, this is acceleration. If I'm having the graph like this here, so obviously acceleration will be negative and it will be your constant. Clear? Sure. Next one. Area under time graph. Area under your time graph. First one. VT graph. Can anyone tell me what does it give, Meta? I already told you. V is equals to dx divided by dt. So if I take this on this side, this is your V into your dt will be equal to your V into your dt will be equal to dx. Therefore, integral of your dx will be equal to integral of V into dt. So that means area under V into dV will give me what? Displacement. Okay, because speed and time relation will give me the distance beta. Speed and time relation will give me what? Speed time gives me distance. Make sure of that one. Velocity versus time will give me what? Displacement. The same way, if I'm talking about acceleration versus time graph, acceleration versus your time graph. So A is equals to your dv divided by dt. That means I can say that integral of your A into dt will give me integral of your dv. That is v1 to v2. What did I told you? Area under your A in dt will give me what? Change in velocity, but not velocity. Done. One more and very important graph beta. A is equals to V into your dV by dx. I hope everyone got an idea how did I have written this equation. Integral of your dx will be equal to integral of V into your dV. Please mute yourself beta. Isn't it?
సార్ ఆ ఈక్వేషన్ ఒకసారి చెప్పరా?
A is equals to V into dV by dx. See, I'll write it detailedly for you. A is equals to your dV by dt. Kada? I'm dividing and multiplying by dx. Now dx by dt will give me what? Velocity. So it is V into your dV by dx. Okay. Clear?
ఎస్ సార్.
Chalo. Integral of V into dV will give me beta V square minus U square divided by 2. That is area under A and X will give me what? V square minus U square divided by 2. So A into dx is nothing but what? Area of acceleration versus x will give me what? Change in velocity. V square minus U square divided by 2. Clear?
సార్ అది యావరేజ్ యాక్సిలరేషన్.
Average acceleration. How to use this equation, I'll tell you. See, like say, if you have got V is equals to some x square, find acceleration. Find acceleration at x is equals to some 4 meters. Now, velocity is given as a function of x beta. Velocity is given as a function of x. So write the acceleration also as a function of x. A is equals to V into dV by your dx. Isn't it? So that is equals to V value is given x square into d. Differentiation of V is equals to your x square divided by your dx. That will become for me x square. Differentiation of x square is how much beta? 2x. That means acceleration is equals to how much for me? 2 into your x cube. So it's asking at x is equals to 4 meters. Therefore, A is equals to 2 into 4 cube. So that will be is equals to 2 into 4 cube is how much beta? 4 into 4 into 4. 4 4 is 16, 16 4 is 64. So 64 2 is 4 2 is 8, 2 6 is 12, 128 meter per second. Got it?
ఎస్ సార్.
So when velocity is given as a function of x, then we need to use the formula V is equals to your VA is equals to V into dV by dx. మీకు అసైన్మెంట్స్ పంపించారా ఏమన్నా? Did they send you any assignments, beta?
గ్రూప్ లో పెట్టారు కదా సార్.
నేను పెట్టిందేనా?
ఎస్ సార్.
I kept you the previous year's JE questions, and that one no one is there, no, but only you are there. Only yourself and faculties are there. Other students are not there in that one, I think so, no?
సార్ కన్వర్షన్ ఆఫ్ గ్రాఫ్స్ కూడా చెప్పరా?
Hmm?
కన్వర్షన్ ఆఫ్ గ్రాఫ్ మీద ఏదైనా క్వశ్చన్ చేయరా?
Okay, but I'll do it out. But we don't get for the need. That's only the thing. That is the reason I have not touched the topic.
నిజమా సార్?
Conversion of the graphs, the need category basically. Like giving your AT graph to convert into VT graph for different relations. That is not that much important. That is the reason I have not touched it. That's it.
ఎస్ సార్.
Let's see, I'll give you one example. See this one here. Like say if I say that for a particle moving in a straight line, okay, the xt graph is given. My question is find the velocity of particle at some time, like say t is equals to 1 second and t is equals to 4 seconds. Also draw the VT graph. Also draw the VT graph. What is the given condition? He has given me your what graph? XT graph like this. This is your X and this is your T. The graph is going like this, then again like this. This is your condition. This is make an angle of, this is your 2 seconds. This is your 6 seconds. This is a point A. And this one is given as of your 8. Distance is in meters. Time is in your seconds. Starting from origin. Now read the question everyone better. For a particle moving in a straight line, the xt graph is given. Find the velocity of the particle t is equals to 1 second. T is equals to 1 second is anywhere between where beta? Yeah. For a particle moving in a straight line, the xt graph is given. T is equals to 1 second means anywhere in between only, na? It will be a straight line passing from the origin. Isn't it? Somewhere here, it will be a straight line. From O to A if I am taking. Time t is equals to 0 to t is equals to 2 seconds. Anywhere it will be 0. Whether you take 0.1 second, 0.2 second, 1 second, 1.2 second, 1.2 second, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, up to 2 seconds, it will be a constant. So calculate the angle there. Tan alpha will be equal to what? Y by your x. Y value is how much? 4. Sorry, 8. And x value is nothing but 2. So this will become how much for me? 4. 2 ones are 2 4s are. So velocity will become how much for me beta? Velocity is equals to 4 meter per second. Isn't it? Then from A to B, you see beta? From A to B, that means t is equals to 2 seconds to t is equals to 6 seconds. Again, it is a straight line. So slope will be equal to how much? Say for example, some tan beta. I'm taking this angle is equals to some beta. Tan beta will be equal to your how much for me? Negative. So it is minus of your 8 by 4 because angle is greater than 90 degrees. See this one. This one is theta is greater than 90 degrees. So slope will be negative. So this will be equal to minus 2 meter per second. So I can say that here velocity is equals to minus 2 meter per second. Now for VT graph, what will do beta? For velocity versus time graph. For your VT graph, now see, this is your origin, this is your velocity, and this is your time. Now tell me, 0 to 2 seconds. What is the velocity? 4 meter per second, isn't it? So it will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So this will be equal to 4, and it will be constant up to what time? 2 seconds. Then from 2 to 6, velocity is how much for me? Negative. So that means it is -1, -2. That means here it is your -2. And it is coming like this here up to this will go. Again, it will be your, so this will be your VT graph. Clear? Up to 6 seconds. What an idea, beta?
Yes, sir.
So like that only you'll be getting the graph. You can get some questions as in a practice part. You can see it out. Okay. So I'll ask them to send you some good PDFs, working part evaluation, assignment on this topic, and you start doing the numericals based on this topic. But clear? We'll try to do some more good problems on this one in the tomorrow section of your class.
Yes, sir.
Karuni, any doubt to you? Karunya? Dheeraj, any doubts?
No doubt, sir.
You revise this assignment today, better. Tomorrow you'll start doing the assignments on this one. Okay? And you start even doing the previous year's what do you call that one, NEET questions, which I've been sending you in the group.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, take care, beta. Bye.